Hi, welcome to today's deep dive lessons from Dare to Lead Courage and Leadership. Courage is at the heart of true leadership. Leading with courage means being willing to face uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. Courageous leaders choose honesty and vulnerability instead of hiding behind power or authority. They are not afraid to admit when they do not have all the answers and are open to learning and growing. Courage is not about winning or being perfect. It is about showing up and taking action despite fear and discomfort. The importance of vulnerability. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and genuine connection. Leaders who embrace vulnerability create environments where people feel safe to share ideas, take risks, and grow. Vulnerability allows leaders to build trust because they are authentic and willing to show up fully, even when there are no guarantees. Avoiding vulnerability leads to defensiveness, blame, and missed opportunities for connection. Building trust. Trust is essential for strong teams and organizations. Trust is built in small moments through consistency, reliability, and honesty. Leaders must pay attention to how they build trust in everyday interactions. Trust grows when leaders keep their word, hold themselves accountable, and respect others. It is also important to extend trust to others by giving them responsibility and showing faith in their abilities. Trust is fragile and can be broken easily when leaders act with dishonesty, disrespect, or unreliability. Living into values. Leaders need to identify their core values and use them as guides for decision-making and behavior. Living into values means acting in alignment with what matters most even when it is hard. Leaders should be clear about their values and communicate them to others. They must consistently demonstrate their values through their actions, not just their words. When leaders do this, they create cultures of integrity and accountability. Braving trust framework. There are 7 key elements to building trust. Boundaries are about respecting limits and being clear about what is okay and what is not. Reliability means doing what you say you will do. Accountability involves owning mistakes, apologizing, and making things right. Vault means keeping confidences and not sharing information that is not yours to share. Integrity is choosing courage over comfort and practicing values instead of just professing them. Non-judgment means offering help without judging others. Generosity involves assuming the best intentions of others. Rising strong from failures. Failure is part of leadership and life. Leaders must develop the ability to rise strong after setbacks. This means recognizing emotions, understanding what happened, and learning from the experience. Leaders need to process failures instead of ignoring them or pushing them away. It is important to get curious about failures and rumble with the emotions and stories that come up. Leaders who rise strong use their failures as stepping stones for growth and better decision-making. Armored leadership versus daring leadership. Armored leadership is about self-protection, control, and perfectionism. Leaders who lead with armor are afraid of vulnerability and hide behind power, always needing to be right. They avoid difficult conversations and focus on winning instead of connecting. Daring leadership is the opposite. It is open, curious, and focused on learning. Daring leaders embrace vulnerability, are willing to have tough conversations, and prioritize relationships over being right. They create environments where people can be themselves and grow. Developing self-awareness and emotional literacy. Leaders need to understand their own emotions and reactions. Emotional literacy means recognizing, naming, and managing emotions. Leaders who are aware of their emotions can respond instead of react. They can pause, reflect, and choose how to act, instead of letting emotions control them. Self-awareness allows leaders to lead with empathy and create healthy, more connected teams. The power of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathetic leaders listen with presence and without judgment. They do not rush to fix problems but instead sit with people in their discomfort. Empathy builds trust and connection because it shows that leaders care and understand. Leaders who lead with empathy create safe spaces where people feel seen and valued. Courageous conversations. Difficult conversations are a necessary part of leadership. Courageous leaders do not avoid hard topics. They approach these conversations with curiosity, empathy, and clarity. They are willing to hear uncomfortable truths and give honest feedback. Leaders who have courageous conversations build stronger relationships and help teams grow. Avoiding tough conversations creates confusion, resentment, and disconnection. Cultivating resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover from challenges and keep moving forward. Leaders must build resilience to navigate the ups and downs of leadership. Resilient leaders stay grounded in their values, practice self-care, and lean on their support systems. They understand that setbacks are part of the process and do not define their worth. Building resilience helps leaders stay connected to their purpose and lead with courage over time. Leading with curiosity. Curiosity is a powerful tool for leaders. It helps leaders stay open to new ideas, listen to different perspectives, and challenge their own assumptions. Curiosity prevents defensiveness and keeps leaders from falling into rigid thinking. Curious leaders ask questions, seek feedback, and are always learning. Curiosity creates a culture of innovation and openness, where people feel encouraged to explore and grow. Setting clear expectations. Clarity is kindness. Leaders must be clear about expectations, goals, and responsibilities. Ambiguity creates confusion and frustration. When leaders communicate clearly, people know what is expected and can focus their energy on doing their best work. Clear expectations also help leaders hold people accountable in fair and respectful ways. Setting clear expectations builds trust and helps teams function smoothly. Creating a culture of belonging. Belonging means people feel accepted, valued, and seen for who they are. Leaders play a key role in creating cultures of belonging. This happens when leaders welcome diverse perspectives, encourage authenticity, and actively work against exclusion. Belonging is different from fitting in. Fitting in means changing yourself to be accepted. Belonging means being accepted as you are. Leaders who create belonging help people thrive and bring their full selves to work. Thank you for listening, and please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.